So this story is mainly about Amos Wynn, who was a slave of a guy named Jeff Wynn. Jeff Wynn died in a hunting accident when he was pretty young, I think. And after Amos became freed, he worked as a grave digger and doing things like that around cemeteries, and was always upset that Jeff Wynn didn't have a grave marker here in Pine Hill Cemetery. So he saved his own money up, and a few years later bought and placed a marker here in Pine Hill Cemetery. So I'm going to show you this marker, and then I believe Amos is buried in another graveyard. It's just a few blocks away. I've never been there, but I'm going to go try to find his grave, and there's a story with his too. So, and there's also a plaque here. I'll read the plaque, which is basically going to go over the story I just said, I think. But anyway, let me turn you around. Not only is this connection between these two men, but it also connects these two cemeteries. Pine Hill Cemetery, where Jeff Wynn is buried, and Baptist Hill Cemetery, where Amos Wynn is buried. Amos Wynn was a slave of young Jeff Wynn, who was killed in a hunting accident in 1859. Amos was so grieved that Jeff had no marker on his grave in Pine Hill that after he became a free man, working as a grave and well digger, he saved money and bought a marker for Jeff's grave. That is this marker here. It's placed in Pine Hill Cemetery in Auburn, Alabama. Then later, when Amos Wynn died, he was buried in Baptist Hill Cemetery in Auburn, Alabama, down the road from Pine Hill Cemetery. And that's where the rest of this story takes us. I'm going to get in the car and go down there, and we will tell the story of Amos Wynn's grave marker. So now I'm in the Baptist Hill Cemetery, maybe a mile and a half from Pine Hill Cemetery, where Jeff Wynn is buried. Now I'm looking for Amos. So I don't know where his marker is, so I'm gonna walk around here a little bit and find it. Almost like the second grave I found was it. So it was real easy to find. Anyway, I'm gonna turn you around, let you see it. So this is the grave marker of Amos Wynn in Baptist Hill Cemetery. It's right by the entrance. So let me finish the story here. When Amos died, he was buried here in Baptist Hill Cemetery without a marker until Dr. Charles Glenn, an Auburn man who had become a well-known educator and advocate for black people, placed a polished granite marker there some 20 years later. So it was a bit of a travesty after Amos took it upon himself to make sure that Jeff Wynn had a marker. He was upset that his friend Jeff did not have a marker, that he made sure he got one, and then it took over 20 years for somebody to do the same for him. But thankfully someone did. If you get a chance, come out and see Baptist Hill Cemetery. It's very beautiful. So that's the grave and the story of Amos Wynn. I think it's pretty cool that he got Jeff Wynn a marker because he thought he deserved a marker, and I think it's really cool that Amos Wynn got his own marker. It took too long, but something that he thought was important about that somebody had a marker, and somebody finally did that for him, which is really great in the end. Anyway, I think I'm gonna get some more video of this cemetery. It's such a pretty place. I didn't realize it was here. But anyway, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And remember, if you can't do it without a smile on your face, you're probably not doing it right.